Good morning. It's Rod Thorson. You're on the air. Hi.
How you doing, Rod?
Really good.
I heard your story this morning, and I'm so grateful that finally somebody's starting to talk about this stuff.
Now, you are a neighbor of the Carus Chemical plant, and I don't know what time you started, if you were listening early or not. I was watching what was happening in East Palestine, Ohio, and, that's an ecological disaster that's probably, a few degrees worse than what we've experienced here. However, isn't it interesting to see the parallels in how the companies react and the differences in some cases in how elected officials react?
100%. 100%.
Now, you're a resident. You can tell me why you called if you want to. However, I would really like to know what you think or where we're going right now. Where do you think we should go?
Well, we've been saying it since day one because we've been going to the city meetings and stuff, trying to get answers to like all the questions that that you're asking today.
Sure.
On the radio, and we're not getting the answers. And Mayor Grove is not standing beside us. He hasn't since day one, and it's obvious. I have uncovered a lot of things, and I've had the FOIA like test results and things because EPA is telling us we're all clear, and they don't even have the test results back yet.
I would think, hold on a second, let's take this in bits and pieces. I would think that there would be some ongoing testing. All this particulate matter had to have fallen on roofs, and then it rains, and then it washes into the street or into the city, the wastewater and all this. So I would think that there would have to be some ongoing, regular testing. Is that going on to your knowledge?
No, I'm very aware of what's going on because I'm in contact with the EPA and the city. Their plans are to not test anymore.
Well, if you don't test anything, you're not going to find anything.
Exactly. And the strange thing is they hired a third-party outfit for us citizens to do some testing around our homes that got hit the hardest.
Who's they? The city or the company?
The city hired a company, a third-party company.
Okay.
For the residents, and the brownfield engineering, and they took samples of the granular stuff that fell on me, and they took samples of some runoff of my water. And for some reason, nobody wants to write or talk about that. The thing is...
Well, hold on. Did you get the results back?
Yes.
And?
We do have the results back.
And
the potassium permanganate is through the roof. The potassium and manganese are through the roof. It's 100% pure product is what's being told that fell on us. The water came back extremely high, but they don't know how to test it towards, I don't know, because it came off of my roof, the runoff.
Okay, so I'm not, you're in the neighborhood, you're downwind of this whole fire that happened in LaSalle.
I'm north of it 5 blocks.
From a practical matter, has your life changed, and if so, how?
Oh, yes. My life has changed dramatically. We're not sleeping, we're not eating, right? Our dogs, we're so concerned with letting our dogs in the yard. The health department from Illinois Health Department called me yesterday, and they're basically telling us Superfund people that we're going back to the Superfund pre-cleanup, and we've already been cleaned up.
Hey, let me ask you this. Do you feel okay? Are you okay? You and your dogs or whatever? People in your neighborhood, are there any reports, other than the emotional issues or something like that, are there any reports of physical health problems?
Yeah, the people with asthma, I got quite a few neighbors on the block, and they're having more issues with their kids with the asthma. I've got shortness of breath. My wife's got shortness of breath. I got an irregular heartbeat or a flutter. I don't know what's going on with that, but I've been getting checked out and just, waiting for tests and doing more tests and all that stuff. But
okay, well, that's the most important. That's the most important thing.
Scary.
Yeah,
we're scared and we feel hopeless because none of our city officials are standing beside us.
This is what came up last night. I don't know if you saw, but I played some of the audio this morning. The mayor in East Palestine, Ohio, he was in the gym last night with all the people saying, "Hey, we're going to get some answers. We need some answers here because we got a big problem."
I heard that.
The difference,
I was in awe.
You don't have anybody. I don't know of anyone in the City of LaSalle, elected or not, who who I guess, think of as an advocate for you. In fact, I said this. I've got a source. She was at the LaSalle Business Association meeting recently, and the mayor's down there bragging about Carus. He was bragging about the company and the product that's coming out of it. That's why I asked this morning. Do you think that they care more about the product or the people around the plant?
I said it since day one. They care more about that product and getting that product out than they do about the resins. They never even came up here to look at us to see what fell on us the day of the fire. I had to go to and bust into a press conference. So I get into this press conference and they didn't want me in there, but because they kicked me out of the second one.
Was that the one at City Hall or the one at Grove Center? Which one are you talking about?
City Hall, the one at City Hall. They escorted me out of the Grove Center and told me that you have to leave. I was grabbed by the arm by the police chief Smajinsky and told I needed to exit the building. And I said, well, why? And he said, I don't know, just do it for me. And he pushed me out of the Grove Center and told me to stand outside.
Well,
they didn't want to hear the truth about what's going on with this product.
Here at the radio station, we don't have any answers for you either, Jamie. I want you to know that we're not company men. We're not lapdog, shill, or water carriers for the Carus Corporation. Okay, we're on the side of the listener. We're on the side of the resident in LaSalle. I want you to know that. Okay, so you call here anytime. I'm kind of short on time, but you keep me posted when you get results back, when you get test results back, when you hear anything. Would you let me know?
Yeah, I got all kinds of information, buddy. If you want to call me later.
Okay, well, let's just let's keep the conversation going on the air, and if when you get some new results, water, air, health, we're just thinking about you, and we were that morning too. That morning when people were like, yeah, go have fried chicken at Al's Bella Vista or go walk your dog, I was the one saying, stay in, don't get in this stuff,
Yep, and they were telling us we could drink it and roll around in it, and now they're telling us a whole different story. So,
yeah. Jamie, I appreciate it. Our hearts are with you, man, and keep us posted, okay?
I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
buddy.
you very
Bye-bye.
much for having me on the air.
You bet. 831, 1039 WLPO.